It always starts the same way. It's late, you're tired, maybe broke, maybe just craving comfort, and there they are. Bright packages, bold flavors, that familiar crunch of dry noodles before the boiling water hits. Instant noodles feel harmless, a cheap hug in a bowl, but here's the truth most people never hear. Some instant noodles are loaded with chemicals, sodium, cheap oils, and additives that could quietly wreck your health over time. So today, we're breaking down 10 instant noodle products you may want to avoid, and 2 better choices that actually pass safety and ingredient standards. Let's start at the top. Noodle number 1, the Styrofoam Cup Classic. At first glance, it looks harmless, maybe even comforting. The familiar crinkle of the packaging, the bright colors, and the promise of a hot meal in just minutes. It's the go-to for students, busy professionals, and anyone craving a quick bite. But, is it really as innocent as it seems? There's no denying the convenience, a warm, savory meal in a cup you can eat anywhere, whether you're at your desk, on the go, or just too tired to cook. It's cheap, fast, and fills you up. But let's take a closer look at what's really inside. The first red flag? Sky-high sodium. Some of these cups pack in more than half your daily recommended limit in a single serving. That much salt can raise your blood pressure. Tulli di an sol, the boss and so. Put salkondori, datsandorin a det salpersons your heart and leave you feeling bloated or thirsty. Then there are the hydrogenated oils and trans fats. The noodles are often flash-fried to give them that signature texture, but this process adds unhealthy fats that can increase your risk of heart disease over time. And let's not forget the packaging itself. The biggest problem? Styrofoam. It's everywhere in these instant noodle cups, and it's not just bad for the environment, it can be bad for you too. When you pour in boiling water, the heat can cause the cup to release chemicals like styrene. Studies have linked styrene exposure to long-term health risks, including possible effects on the nervous system and increased cancer risk. If you absolutely must eat it, there are ways to make it a little safer. Transfer the noodles to a ceramic or glass bowl before adding hot water, and use only half the flavor packet to cut down on sodium and additives. Then, boost the nutrition by adding real food. Toss in some spinach, corn, or an egg for extra vitamins, minerals, and protein. It's a simple way to make your meal a little healthier and a lot more satisfying. So, is it convenient? Absolutely. But is it something you should rely on for the long haul? Not really. When it comes to your health, it's worth thinking twice before making the Styrofoam Cup Classic a regular habit. Noodle number 2, the new packaging trap. You've probably seen it. Your favorite instant noodles suddenly show up in a flashy new wrapper, promising a fresh look, maybe even a healthier vibe. But here's the catch. Most of the time, it's the same old formula inside, just dressed up to grab your attention. Marketing teams love to use big, bold fonts and eye-catching colors, splashing phrases like "No MSG" or "Now Healthier" across the front. These claims are designed to make you feel better about your purchase, but they often distract from what's really inside the package. If you take a closer look at the ingredients list, you'll notice that many brands simply swap out MSG for other additives like yeast extract or flavor enhancers. These ingredients might sound less intimidating, but they work in almost exactly the same way in your body, triggering similar taste sensations and, for some people, similar reactions. Beyond that, the noodles themselves are still highly processed, often deep-fried in low-quality oils and loaded with sodium. The new packaging doesn't change the fact that you're still getting a product that's high in salt, unhealthy fats, and artificial flavors. And if you're someone who's sensitive to MSG or similar additives, you might still experience headaches, flushing, or other discomforts, even if the label claims no MSG. The substitutes can cause the same issues for many people. So, don't be fooled by a packaging glow-up or clever marketing. A new look doesn't mean a new recipe, and it certainly doesn't guarantee a healthier product. Always check the nutrition label and ingredient list for the real story, not just the hype on the front. Your best defense is to look past the marketing and make informed choices about what you're eating. So, noodle number 3, the famous Spicy Challenge brand. Yeah, it's viral, and yeah, it's super fun to film, but honestly, that extreme heat can hide some pretty extreme sodium. Some versions have even been pulled from shelves in certain countries because of safety concerns, like excess capsaicin levels, possible contaminants, and, lots of reports about high stomach distress. If you want to try it for entertainment, Sure, go ahead, but really, this shouldn't become your weekly dinner. Now, noodle number 4. The mild and safe illusion. Some brands taste super mild and, well, that's kind of the trap. Because honestly, a mild flavor doesn't always mean it's safe. Many of these actually still have one of the highest sodium counts, flash-fried oils, and seasoning mixes that are just loaded with artificial enhancers. If you eat these often, it's a good idea to rinse the cooked noodles, skip the oil pack, and add your own broth and vegetables. Alright, noodle number 5. The popular fried noodle brand. Fans totally love it, and that sweet sticky sauce is like, super addictive. But here are the warnings. There have been chemical residue recalls, a heavy reliance on oxidized palm oil, and, of course, high sodium and artificial flavoring. If you're looking for a quick fix, just skip the oil packet and add healthier substitutes, like olive oil or sesame oil from your kitchen. And, stretch the sauce with some veggies. Okay, so noodle number 6 is the instant shrimp-flavored cup. Just opening the lid, you're hit with this wave of savory, almost ocean-like aroma that's honestly pretty impressive for something that comes out of a cup. The scent is rich and inviting, and it really does make you want to dig in right away. It's the kind of smell that instantly transports you to a bustling noodle shop, even if you're just standing in your kitchen at home. And yeah, it tastes like something you'd get at a restaurant. The noodles are springy, the broth is flavorful, and there's a nice balance of saltiness and umami that makes each bite satisfying. It's honestly kind of amazing how close they get to that restaurant-style experience, especially considering how quick and easy it is to prepare. But here's the thing, most shrimp flavors in these cups actually come from artificial compounds, not real seafood. The shrimp you're tasting is usually a blend of flavorings and seasonings designed to mimic the real thing. It's a clever bit of food science, but if you're expecting chunks of real shrimp, you might be a little disappointed. Then you toss in MSG, dried flavor enhancers, and fried noodles, and well, what you're really getting is flavor chemistry, not nutrition. These additives are what give instant noodles their addictive taste, but they don't offer much in terms of real nourishment. It's a quick fix for your cravings, but not something you'd want to rely on for a healthy meal. If you're into Tom Yum-style noodles, try using less of the seasoning packet and add some real chili, lime, herbs, and, if you can, actual shrimp. Not only does this boost the flavor, but it also adds a fresh, vibrant touch that makes your bowl feel a lot more special, and a bit healthier too. Experimenting with your own toppings can really elevate even the simplest cup noodles into something memorable. Next up, noodle number 7, the budget brand with recall history. Cheap doesn't always mean harmless, Some of these budget brands have been flagged in several countries for things like weak quality controls, chemical residues, and issues with ingredient sourcing. These are the noodles you reach for when money feels tight, but in the long run, poor health can end up costing you a lot more. And, finally, noodle number 8, the soft texture brand that's often given to kids and seniors. Soft noodles can make swallowing easier, which is great, but honestly, they can also be a choking risk if you're not careful. Plus, you've got the usual suspects: high sodium, fried oils, and very little nutritional value. If you're serving these to older adults or kids, it's a good idea to cut the noodles smaller and skip most of the seasoning packet. So, we grew up on this one. It was cheap, easy, and honestly, super reliable. But, past contamination scandals and those ongoing high sodium levels make it something you should eat only occasionally, not every day. If you upgrade it with some veggies, eggs, or maybe a good broth, awesome. Just don't rely on the packet alone. If it doesn't clearly say where the ingredients come from, how it's processed, or what oils are used, well, that's kind of a red flag. Unregulated or bulk-sourced noodles can sometimes have residues or additives that stricter brands filter out. Your health shouldn't be a guessing game. Now, here's the good news. Not all instant noodles are unhealthy. Some brands are actually trying, so let's check out a couple of better options. Alright, so, safer pick number 1. Air-dried whole-grain noodles. These brands skip the deep frying and just use simple ingredients, sometimes literally just rice and water. They've got lower sodium and cleaner seasoning mixes, so honestly they're the closest thing to healthy instant noodles you can find. If you add some vegetables, tofu, chicken, or even real broth, it actually turns into a pretty balanced meal. Next up, safer pick number 2. Steamed and air-dried ramen-style noodles. Okay, these aren't perfect, but compared to most of the stuff on the shelf, way better oils, lower sodium, and more natural flavoring. Plus, you get that restaurant-style texture. Just remember, always go for the lower salt versions, and, upgrade with your own fresh toppings. So, final thought here, instant noodles don't have to disappear from your life. Just, upgrade how you eat them. Use half the seasoning, choose air-dried instead of deep-fried, and add real food like eggs, greens, mushrooms, tofu, or chicken. Oh, and definitely avoid Styrofoam and those mystery brands. Seriously, small changes now can protect your heart, kidneys, and long-term health. Alright, question for you. Which noodle brand shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if this helped, just tap like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. Your body totally deserves better than chemicals in a cup.